Hi there, it's Tyler from ElectricShaverGuide.com, and today we're going to do a review and try to find the best foil electric shaver. We're going to compare the Panasonic ES8249 and the Braun Series 790cc. Two things to keep in mind. Obviously there are a lot of other electric shavers out there that could be in this comparison, but both of these shavers have received thousands of positive reviews, so they certainly are good candidates. Other thing, this is just a sample size of one, my personal opinion, so just keep those two things in mind. First of all, we're going to talk about the shaving specs and the shaving design, and right away you can tell that this section is not really going to be as important as, say, the other sections. So shaving specs for these type of electric shavers that are, the higher end shavers, when you compare them, it's not really going to be as important as, say, you're comparing the specs on a computer. Whether one has 13,000 micro vibrations and the other one has 10,000, that difference really should not be a major factor in your purchasing decision. So, other things to look at is, the look and the design of the shaver. You can see the Panasonic is slightly smaller than the Braun. If you have large hands, it might feel quite small in your hand. The Braun is slightly bigger, feels a little more snug. They both have a foil shaving head. The Panasonic's goes up and down and side to side, where the Braun's just goes back and forth. They both lock in place. And they both have pop-up trimmers. The Braun's is in the front, Panasonic's is in the back. These trimmers are pretty good, but of course you're not going to shave your whole beard down with these trimmers. It would take a long time, so not really comparable to, say, a wall beard trimmer. In terms of noise level, quite similar, the Panasonic and the Braun. So again, that really shouldn't be a major factor. The Braun has a display on the bottom that tells you the hygiene level and the battery level, whereas the Panasonic won't have a hygiene display, but when it's turned on, it shows how long it was used for and what percentage the battery has left. So all in all, I don't think we can certainly pick a winner or a loser just based on this section. It certainly would be maybe a tie or a personal preference, and I would maybe go with the look of the Braun, but again, shouldn't be a major factor, so I think we have to move on. With the initial purchase of each electric shaving unit, you're going to get 1 month's supply of the cleaning cartridges. So for the Braun, you get 1 month supply of the Braun Clean and Renew, and for the Panasonic, you're going to get one Panasonic cleaning cartridge. So you will have to replenish these cartridges, and you can buy them in packs of 3, and that's what we're looking at here. And I believe you can buy them in packs of 12 and 18 as well. The lifespan of these cleaning cartridges is supposed to be 1 month. So if you use your electric shaver every day, run through the cleaning system every day, after about 30 days, both the Braun Clean and Renew liquid and the Panasonic cleaning cartridges will be empty. But I think for the typical user, you can expect a lifespan of about 1 to 2 months. This is because you might not shave every single day, you might not shave on the weekends, and doing a manual clean a few times a week is going to help you push that lifespan beyond 1 month. But when you get closer to 2 months, you might find that with the Braun Clean and Renew liquid, because it's alcohol based, some of it might expire whether you use it or not. And with the Panasonic cleaning cartridges, they might not expire, but the water in the back of that water tank is going to be pretty dirty after about 8 weeks, so you're going to want to clean it, and when you do clean the water, it is recommended that you change the cleaning cartridge as well. So I think for the typical user, a lifespan of probably 1 to 2 months, somewhere in between there is going to be the typical lifespan for these cleaning cartridges. Setting up the Braun cleaning station and changing the Clean and Renew liquid cartridges is pretty straightforward. The button on the left here, just going to click that, the station rises up. Just going to peel off the top of the Clean and Renew liquid cartridge, set that aside, and basically you're just going to slip this in the base. Try not to spill. Okay, click that down, and cleaning cartridge is replaced. The whole setup is done. Setting up the Panasonic cleaning station is pretty straightforward as well, but it does take a little bit of extra effort. You're going to just need to fill up this water tank up to the line. Okay, and we're just going to slide that in the back, like so. You're going to take your cleaning cartridge, there's 2 slips, one on the base here, and one on the top. Peel those off, and again, this is just going to slide right in the back. Push that in, and you're good to go. Now let's just run through a typical cleaning session. We'll start here with the Braun. You can see on the left display we've got the top light lit on the left, so that's indicating that there's going to be a full Braun Clean and Renew liquid cartridge in there, which we just installed. If the second light was lit, it means that 7 cleaning sessions or less are left, and of course if the bottom one's lit, then the cleaning cartridge is empty. So what you're going to do is just gently put the shaver down into the base. Okay, and the lights light up on the right, and see the bottom light is lit, indicating that a thorough clean is needed. If the top one was lit, it would mean that it was clean. Second one, a light cleaning session is required. Third one, kind of a medium, and the bottom one, a thorough cleaning session is needed. So very straightforward, very easy to use. You put the shaver in, it tells you exactly what type of cleaning session is needed, and on the left it'll tell you how much Clean and Renew liquid is left. So looking at the Panasonic cleaning station now, we will notice a few differences here. When the shaver's not in the cleaning base, nothing is really lit up. So what we'll do is we'll just gently put this in the back. Okay, and you can see that the status bar lights up and it reads 100%. It's just upside down now, but when you're holding the shaver it'll read 100%. So that just means that the shaver is fully charged and it will go in standby mode. And same with the Braun. When you do put the Braun inside the base, it will charge it automatically if it needs to be charged. And within about 10 minutes the lights will go off and it'll go on standby mode. So just on the right side of the Panasonic base here we have a select button and we have some options on the left: clean, dry, charge, and status. So when you press the select button, you're going to cycle through these. You can clean, dry, and charge the shaver, just clean and dry the shaver, dry and charge the shaver, dry the shaver, and charge the shaver. And when the status bar on the bottom is lit up in red, it means that the cleaning cartridge is empty and just needs to be changed. And when you leave it on a certain option for about 5 seconds, the shaver will jump into that option, and if you don't want to do it, you're just going to have to pull the plug and start over again. So in terms of initial setup, I think the Braun is a bit easier to set up in terms of installing the cartridges and setting up a clean. You just put the shaver inside the base. On the left it'll tell you how much Clean and Renew liquid you have left, and on the right it'll tell you what type of cleaning session is needed, and you just press the button. With the Panasonic you're just going to have to cycle through different options. So not really difficult, but in terms of ease of use and ease of setup, I think we're going to have to go with the Braun on this one. So let's go ahead and run through a cleaning cycle for both shavers. Both shavers do come out nice and clean. I think it's going to be pretty difficult to measure which one is cleaner, but it's worth noting that the Braun has a much stronger scent to it, a nice lemon scent, where the Panasonic doesn't really have a smell to it. I think overall we're going to have to give the cleaning station win to the Braun. It's easier to change the cartridges. Overall it's just easier to use. You plug it in, just press one button. The Panasonic isn't difficult, but it's just that added little bit of extra effort that you need to use. I think it's going to give the Braun the win in this category. Other things to note is that both shavers can be cleaned manually, and this is going to be recommended if you're on the road or if you have very thick facial hair, you haven't shaved for a while. You're going to want to just remove the caps and shake out some of that stubble before you run them both through the system. For the shaving comparison, what we're going to do is I'm going to shave that left side of my face with the Braun Series 7 790cc. I'm going to shave the right side of my face with the Panasonic ES8249. So as you can see, I've got a good day and a half worth of growth here probably. So we're going to run through both shavers and try and compare the results. Okay, you can see that was with the Braun 790cc. Nice smooth shave, no irritation, nice and easy. Okay, and now you can see with the Panasonic ES8249, nice results as well. Overall, both shavers performed really well. I got a nice smooth finish, rubbing up and down on both sides. Just some final thoughts on that shaving experience. I must say the end result is pretty much the same. Both sides of my face, against the grain and with the grain, nice and smooth, no irritation on the neck whatsoever. If I have to pick one, I would pick the Braun just by a little bit. The Panasonic felt like I had to press in a little harder. I felt like the foil was a little hotter on my face. The Braun was just so effortless. So by a slight margin, I would pick the Braun, but end result, both of them performed a really good shave, nice and smooth. Happy with both of them. Let's quickly wrap up this review. Today our winner is going to be the Braun Series 7 790cc, but I must say it did not win by a large margin. It was a very close call, and just down to, you know, personal preferences within these categories. Shaving specs, I mentioned, not really a big make or break decision for me. Both these shavers are pretty much the same in terms of specs, so didn't really compare too many of them. You can check out the website. The full written review has more information on the specs. But it's not like we were doing a Panasonic ES8249 versus, say, a Braun Series 1, where the specs would be different, and they would kind of factor into your decision making. In this terms, it wasn't something that I thought we had to really cover. Next, we covered the cleaning stations. Again, the Braun was just slightly better for me. The cleaning station, it was a bit easier to install the cleaning cartridges and just easier to use, one press of a button, whereas the Panasonic, you know, you had to fill the water tank up and you had to cycle through a couple options. Again, not a make or break decision, just a slight preference for me with the Braun. Then we moved into the shaving experience. Again, at the end of the day, the end result, both shavers performed really well, and the end result is basically the same, just that the Braun felt a little easier to use. The Panasonic felt like I had to press in a little harder, and the foils got a little hotter. So, very close, but slight edges to the Braun in all three categories. But two things that we did not mention. First thing, wet and dry shaving. If you want to shave wet with shaving cream, shaving lather on your face, or shave in the shower, you're going to have to pick the Panasonic. I didn't include it in this review just because it wasn't a big factor for me. I don't like using the wet shaving capabilities of the Panasonic. I find it a bit messy, so I did not include it. It wasn't a big factor for me. Second thing is going to be price. Both these have had a retail price of $249. But today they're selling on our website for the Braun $205 for the whole unit, and the Panasonic sells for $127. So that's nearly an $80 difference. And that's not an $80 difference on a price tag of $1,000. That's an $80 difference on a price tag of $127, so more than half. So that is certainly going to change things for many people. All things being equal, in terms of price, I would choose the Braun. Now that that price comes in, that's just going to be a decision, unfortunately, I can't make for you. You're going to have to make for yourself. So whatever decision you do make, I hope that you get the same results as I did. And like always, please visit electricshaverguide.com for more shaving reviews.